All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have some news to talk about regarding Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to go over the brand new collector's edition, which has unfortunately received some criticism due to the price being $300. Along with the pre-order debacle, we also have confirmation that PlayStation will be getting exclusive content in the form of an exclusive quest that will be only available on that platform. We got an official response from the Hogwarts Legacy Twitter account that we're going to go over. I'm also going to go over some news regarding the morality system in Hogwarts Legacy, or rather lack thereof, as we got some clarification from Chandler Wood regarding that morality system. And finally, we have some news to talk about regarding when the next reveal of Hogwarts Legacy will be. So we're going to talk about all of that and more, so definitely stick around until the end of the video because you guys are not going to want to miss out on all of the news. So first off, I have to talk about the collector's edition that's unfortunately received some criticism, primarily due to the $300 price tag and the fact that it doesn't seem like that's exactly what people wanted. So we got a video from the community manager that unboxed the collector's edition of the game, and it features a plastic book with a cord that you plug into the wall, and then a wand that if you place on top of the book, it actually starts floating using a little bit of muggle science. Now, one thing that people are pretty upset about is the fact that for $300 you're getting a plastic book as well as a wand and a steel book, and that's pretty much about it. It's not going to feature any type of clothing or map that you can hang up on the wall. It's not going to have a soundtrack, and by far one of the biggest missed opportunities was the fact that it's not going to have the Hogwarts letter, which seems like a given, but unfortunately that's not going to be what's featured. Overall, I think the collector's edition is pretty good. It's not like anything too crazy. I think if you put it on a bookshelf or a table in the middle of a room, it could look pretty awesome, but I would have hoped with a $300 price tag, you would think that they could add a little bit more extra stuff to the collector's edition to make it fully worth that $300, but it is what it is. That's what the collector's edition is going to be, and fans are either going to buy it or they're just not going to buy it at all, which is completely fine either way. If you want to spend $300, it's your money at the end of the day. Just buy it and enjoy it. Now, this segues into our next topic, and that's the fact that if you spend $300 for the collector's edition on Xbox or the PC, there is one certain quest that you will not be getting. Now, along with that quest, if you don't pre-order the game on PlayStation, you will not be getting the Felix Felicis potion recipe. The community manager Chandler Wood confirmed on Twitter the PlayStation exclusive quest comes with any PlayStation version of the game, so you don't have to pre-order to get the PlayStation exclusive quest, which is a good thing, even though I'm not a fan of PlayStation exclusive quests or any type of exclusivity in general. So the quest itself is not tied to pre-order, but if you do pre-order on PlayStation, you will get access to the Felix Felicis potion recipe, and then he confirmed that there's more details that are coming soon. Now, had this exclusivity issue been communicated before the pre-orders went live, then I don't think people would be this upset, but the unfortunate reality is gamers do not like exclusivity, which has led to quite a bit of uproar in the community, and it forced the Hogwarts Legacy Twitter account to respond, to which they said this on Twitter: "We're aware of the confusion that has sparked the following rollout of pre-orders, and we acknowledge and apologize for the frustration caused in our community. The team hears you, and we'd like to provide some clarity on questions that have come up." So regarding collector's edition availability, collector's editions are going live with our retailers on a rolling basis, and links are updated on hogwartslegacy.com as we receive them, which I'm glad they answered, because I was like going to the pre-order website trying to find out the Amazon link, to which I only saw GameStop, which is unfortunate. They stated that for clarity, pre-order of the PS4 or PS5 edition, standard and deluxe editions, and collectors will come with the Felix Felicis potion recipe. They continued by stating all PlayStation editions will come with the exclusive quest. No pre-order is required to obtain it. More information around Sony exclusives coming soon. And if you guys see that keyword right there, they said exclusives, which is quite the big red flag, unfortunately. By stating exclusives, that means that there's going to be more that they're going to either announce or they're going to talk about in the future, which I really hope they tread lightly with this, because this is barking up the wrong tree. For a game that is this hyped, having a bunch of exclusive stuff just for Sony consoles, it's going to anger people, and it's just going to turn into a PR nightmare, and I do not want this launch to turn into a PR nightmare. As long as the exclusive stuff is minimal and it's not anything too crazy, like let's just say they released a multiplayer Quidditch game mode and they made it just for PlayStation, I would lose my mind, and so would everyone else. Obviously that's an example, but we've seen this done before with other game developers and publishers, so nothing really surprises me anymore. The thread continues by them stating, regarding some confusion around Dark Arts pack and potential microtransactions, there are no microtransactions in Hogwarts Legacy, which is a pretty big win, because having microtransactions in a single player game is just kind of cringe. They stated that players with the standard edition will be given the option to purchase the Dark Arts pack in game separately at launch. If they would like to upgrade, there are no other items to purchase in the game. Next up, they stated a Wizarding World account or WB Games account is not required to play Hogwarts Legacy, but hey, maybe we're going to see some added functionality with the Wizarding World accounts by linking it to Pottermore and using that information to pick our house as well as our Patronus. We've already taken the test, so might as well just use that information, or at the very least give us the option. I think that would be cool, but either way, I'm not really tripping about it. Finally, they stated, again, we'd like to reiterate that we understand the frustrations around the experience for the community yesterday. Thank you for your continued excitement and passion for Hogwarts Legacy. I would also like to say that the developers of this game are not at fault. The people that are in the trenches working on this game are not the same people that are coming up with the collector's editions of the game. They're not negotiating deals with PlayStation to bring exclusive stuff or doing the pre-order incentives. That's primarily Warner Brothers doing. And I would like to give a huge shout out to the social team as well as Chandler Wood for doing his absolute best to answer all of our questions, because we have a lot of questions and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch more as the months go on. Moving right along, I'd like to talk briefly about the Hogwarts Legacy morality system, or rather lack thereof. So we have an updated question in the Hogwarts Legacy FAQ that asks the question, does Hogwarts Legacy have a morality system? To which the answer was, Hogwarts Legacy does not have a morality system, but players will encounter various quests and storylines that will influence the witch or wizard they choose to become. So it's not going to be anything on the scale of like Red Dead Redemption 2, but there will be choices for you to determine whether or not you're going to take the path of righteousness as a good witch or wizard, or if you're going to take that evil path to become the most evil dark lord in the wizarding world. This was also further clarified and echoed by Chandler Wood, stating, you can define who you are and how you choose to respond and react in many conversations. Are you nice or a jerk? You could choose to learn and wield the dark arts or not, but there is not a formal tracked morality system like those found in some other RPGs. Now, in my opinion, this is not a bad thing. It's not ideal, but it just means if you do one thing one way, it's not going to change the fate of your character forever. As much as I would love for this game to be the most in-depth Harry Potter RPG ever, I just don't have those expectations going into things. If you have those expectations, definitely taper them down. At the very least, you should hope for a great story and a fully working game at launch. Next up, I want to talk about when we're going to get the next reveal and trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. It seems like they've been drip feeding information throughout the months, and it's only going to ramp up as we get closer to the launch of the game. Now, we do have full confirmation that we're going to be getting some sort of news regarding Hogwarts Legacy on September 1st, which is the Back to Hogwarts celebration that they do every single year. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be getting a trailer or a gameplay walkthrough. I have no idea, but I do know that we're going to be getting something for September 1st. So I'll be sure to keep you up to date whenever that news does happen. Now let's kind of shift focus on when the next big reveal for Hogwarts Legacy is going to be. All signs are pointing to a PlayStation showcase sometime in September. Sony typically does a big state of play or a PlayStation showcase in between August and September every single year. With August officially coming to a close, PlayStation is bound to be making a move sometime pretty soon, with the new God of War Ragnarok releasing, as well as them announcing the DualSense Edge controller without a price or a release date. And then you've got the upcoming PlayStation VR 2. We're bound to get an event sometime soon, especially before God of War Ragnarok releases in November. But only time will tell. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you're excited for Hogwarts Legacy, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, and don't forget to stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be covering Hogwarts Legacy, God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2 PS5, and so much more. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.